Hello everyone and welcome back to Moria. This one's a little bit longer because it will be the last part. So you'll get to see some struggles and obviously the final boss and everything like that. I did have a reasonable amount of footage, but I didn't think it would be good to show because a lot of it was just me trying to look for the final boss, which is very hard. But yeah, so here, this is the mithril load just after, or just before, sorry, the great forge, the great mithril forge. So it is a bit tough at first because the orcs, or the shadow orcs, obviously I've got I think I've got full Durin's armor except for the shield, obviously. It helps a bit, like quite a bit, but it can be a lot. Plus, you know, with the low tier weapons, it's also it is quite difficult to get through everything unscathed. I would recommend having like the Ironheart Stout's good, but I would consider also carrying Miravor, I think it is, which will give you revitalize, so you'll get a bit of health while you're fighting, a bit of health regeneration, but mostly, yeah, have the stout and keep. Oh, sorry, no, keep the. I was trying to think what's the thing called, a brew skin. Keep a brew skin, a stout, and Miravor if you can. So here this is a little bit different. I had gone off and gone to the Great Forge of, what's it called? Nosgrund or whatever? The orc one. And I built the one-handed sword because it was easy to build. And you know, I could at least have something the appropriate tier to get started down here. Because while this was, you know, it's tough having a lower weapon. Like, I'm missing out on so much damage before. I think the best thing to expect though is that you're gonna die a lot here. Even with all of these people standing around, all the orcs standing around watching me. This just wasn't great. The stout definitely helps, but no matter what, they still chunk through your armor like nobody's business, and you're still stuck. Kind of trying to heal through this stuff. Like, if you have Miravor, you will not heal through this damage. Like, and what I mean is like, yes, your health will still tick, the potion will still tick up and down while you're fighting, but it won't out heal the damage you take. So don't rely on it. It's nice to help, but yeah, it won't carry you through. So expect to die a fair bit, because you will be substantial. Well, yeah, you'd be substantially weaker at the start. From my understanding, obviously you can correct me if I'm wrong, but once you make the this is probably the last tier of stuff. I don't know if there's mithril weapons. You don't need to go above this. So, obviously, you find the forge. We all know that we have to craft that spear to beat the dragon. Once you make that, that is probably your highest tier weapon. You can use it to fight orcs and stuff like that. Which I do a lot of. But yeah, generally speaking, once you make the tier 5 weapons, I think this is, that's it. I was bummed here because I thought I'd done a good job staying alive, but yeah, I couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up with the damage I was taking, and as you can see, like, while the stout's good, that ticking damage just takes you out, and that's what happened here, unfortunately. So I was pretty pissed off there, but I expected, like I said before, you know, you kind of have to expect that you're going to die a fair bit down here. It's tough. It's also really easy to get lost down here because everything looks the same. And I mean it, everything looks the same. A lot of places you walk into, the rooms are, well, I mean, I guess it's no different than any of the other areas. But generally speaking, yeah, these ones are, it's very easy to get lost in here. But I was mostly just exploring. I needed a good source of mithril. You won't typically see it about. So even though like you're down here, I go down here and stuff like that, what you'll mostly find is gold or star metal. But you'll see later on how to get mithril. So I just kind of found myself doing this a lot, digging through, well, I mean, it got to the point where I was so desperate I was digging through pretty much every diggable wall that I could, because I was having that bad of a time trying to find A, mithril, and B, where the dragon horde was. Because yeah, you don't get no hints. It's just below, oh god, what's the place called? Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. This area. Starts with a B. I can't remember what it is. So yeah, it's always, from like what I've read online, a lot of people have found it in like some, oh. Yeah, that pissed me off. What you're going to see in a few moments is probably one of the worst experiences I've had in this game. I put a picture in for you, but you'll see in the top right corner, basically the entire journey of me getting back. I sped it up, so in real time it took me about 40 42 minutes to get back to my body because this is just a place, a total clusterfuck of a place. So be better than me and maybe put down some markers so you know where to go. Cause yeah, you'll see in that top corner how friggin' long. I mean, well, you know, it's sped up 2 times. So yeah, that'll be there for a little bit. Sorry if it annoys you, but I wanted you to see how bad of a pain in the ass this area is gonna be. I spent 42 minutes looking for my corpse. I died again while looking for my original corpse. So you'll see me doing a lot of shit like this. You know, I gotta hide behind stuff because you gotta. Wouldn't call it cheesing the game, but you definitely gotta take some liberties here and hide behind shit because yeah, if you don't, you can find yourself getting your ass beat with no way to heal yourself. It's hard to get like a moment to pop a potion, like especially because you have to pop it 4 times for it to actually apply. Do a better job with that, North Beach and free range. So here, I was lucky enough to have found some mithril, and it's time to make Shazak Haman. Once you've got that, and you've got at least the full Duran's armor, you're ready to go. That's like the bare bones. Like you can go and look like you could essentially from here just go and start the last boss. But what you should do is, if you're not prepared, make sure you've got like rations. I would have 3 brew skins. I would have 1 for stout, Ironheart stout, 1 for Miravor, and 1 for the evening ale in case you're struggling with energy. Like most guides state, you can the fight for the last boss is essentially like you can leave and come back, because it's like a three-parter essentially. So you will do a part and then you could piss off and go and repair your stuff. The best option is to just have a small camp ready before you go into the Shadow Orc area, which, like I said, you'll see later on, and then go from there. There aren't as many camps down here as you would think. Besides like the initial, how many are there? There's 2, I think. The initial 2 when you find the mithril lode. A lot of these deep areas that you have to go and explore. I don't think I found that many camps. But if you're like struggling for black diamonds to finish the bridge of Khazad Doom, which obviously you have to wait until you've beaten the final boss, just remember that the dragon, when you defeat the dragon, you get 30 diamonds, the black diamonds. So if you're struggling a bit, also that to keep in mind. And yeah, hopefully when you guys see the fight, you'll learn from my mistake. Obviously, shitloads of people did it so much better than I did. But you see, I didn't take a walkthrough. I just like got in there and had to learn many mistakes. Even here, you can just see it's just such a slog, you know. These guys take it easily, like 12 hits to down. You know, AoE is pretty shit. Unless you got a two-handed weapon, AoE is kind of fucking pointless. Again, nice job, guys. Real good work with the combat system. My attitude towards this game has soured as I've gotten along. I thought the first few parts of the game were exceptionally well done. The later parts of the game, however, oh my god, whoever you gave that to work on needs to be fired. It's like you guys took inspiration from Valheim, shat on it, and then this is what you produced. Alright, so after you'll find an area, a few areas actually that are like this, and they'll have like a foul beast. These here are not the same as the ones that take you down to the deeps, or the depths, whatever the fuck it is. This is where you find Mithril in the Mithril caverns. So the same thing happens down here as the other places. You will very, very quickly fall to despair. You can't do much to get rid of it. I never looked into it. From my understanding is it's just if you wear Durin's armor, despair is kind of held off for a little bit. A lot better than if you didn't have it. But eventually, you will succumb to despair, and you'll need to get the fuck out really quick because the damage from despair, like, I know it's the same as poison, but it feels like it comes on faster. So here I'm just, building on down, doing my thing. I just wanted to show you what it looked like. You'll see a little bit of me mining Mithril, so you'll get an understanding of what it looks like. But, you should have already seen it by this point. I think once you enter the Mithril lode, there's a little bit for you to mine out in the open, like around the statue of Durin. But apart from that, you'll have to find it down here. There are many entrances. Like I said, you'll find several rooms on your exploration that have the caverns or ravines like this. So just keep that in mind. So that's what Mithril looks like. It kind of looks like a different textured salt. which is weird. So yeah, you'll see a lot of rooms that look like this area, without a doubt. And you're gonna be the same as me. And I hope you're not, but you probably will. And it's that you're gonna go into these rooms about 300 million fucking times. They're all gonna look the fucking same. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, this looks like a new room. Nope, you fucking been here. And you really will need to look at these rooms, these areas, several times, extremely closely, because you will miss an area. Fucking game. So this time it didn't take me 40 minutes to find my corpse, which was great. But yeah, even little areas like that, I had just missed. I mean, that, you know, it's not great because sometimes it doesn't open up to anything, but I got so desperate looking for this boss that I pretty much just started mining anything I could. And I feel bad for the people that come and play this after me, because you're gonna have the shittest time looking for this boss. This is with the December update, by the way, that fixed over 200 bugs. But they did like I said, they did a fucking dog shit job with the last half of this game. And yeah, I'm not going to make many friends at Middle Earth Enterprises or North Beach or Free Range. But yeah, last half of this game, you guys did a shocking job on. Shocking. And hopefully you can fix it. Don't release any DLC, because this game does not deserve DLC. It is so poorly polished, and some systems are so fucking irritating. Like when you go to fast travel to an area and it sends you fucking 80 fathoms down because it couldn't put you next to the stone. In some circumstances, I can understand, but in a lot of other circumstances, I'm thinking, what the fuck is that? What was the other thing? You combat shit. Like, I fucking hate the fact that every area you go into, you're weaker than the shit that you just took. Why do I have to take fucking 5 hours to build a weapon to go into a new area, and it's a horrendous piece of shit? I mean that. It's fucking horrendous. You lose half the damage, or 30%, going into a new area. It's fucking stupid. You want to pace content, do a fucking better job, and make it stretch further out through some other system, not your fucking weapon. I did provide feedback to the game. Well, I essentially said that innovation is great, but when it's made by people that want to that want to innovate a genre that isn't broken, you produce shit. Do you know why no game's been as successful as Minecraft? Because they did it the right way. This game focuses on the wrong thing. You wanted exploration. Great. You will have to explore at this part of the game. You'll fucking hate yourself. You'll fucking hate the game. And if this last section of the game doesn't destroy your will to finish, you will get close. I'm serious. Some people have spent over a week looking for this thing. Right? You go on Reddit, you go on that. Some people have spent in real time 7 days of 6-hour sessions trying to find the entrance. Now you think about that. When you buy a game, sure, you want something that might play a little bit longer than, 10 hours. I'm one of those people. When I spend money, I want my money to go somewhere. But I want the time that I play to feel like I've achieved something. At the end of this game, you do not feel like you achieve anything. In this last portion, you honestly just want to get the fuck out of this place. You just want to be done with this shit. Because you've done the same thing 5 fucking times. You think about that. You have your first one where you're learning the game, everything's all good. The second one, they start to test you a little bit with actually no, that's the third one. The second one is kind of a little bit harder. You got a little bit more stuff you got to gather. Enemies are, there's a lot more enemies. Camps are introduced and everything like that. Then you get to the poison area and it's fucking irritating. Right? Fucking irritating. And then you move on from poison to fucking people you can barely touch because they're all like wearing armor now, and that's Dwarrowdelf. Horrible area. Awful fucking area. These last 2 areas have been the worst areas I've ever experienced in a video game. And I've played terrible video games. I would rather spend 7 hours playing the hardest Golf with Friends course where you literally want to murder someone than sit around and play this shit, the last half of this shit, again. But if you have a different feeling after 7 days of looking for something, all to you. But the last half of this game was, it was not great. So, yeah, a lot of this, me running around like an idiot, looking for shit. Same rooms. That's why I cut a lot of my content out, because it's just hours of me running around looking at the same room, which it's technically not the same room, but looking at the same room copy and pasted into like 30 different rooms down here. And while I understand you've used that for you know, as a cheeky way to hide the entrance. Don't hide the entrance. Just, no. Nobody wants to fucking... like, if you wanted to search for that, you're a knob. Like, there's no fucking way I would ever come back and search for that shit again.
Beasts of the depths.
I like the exploration aspect. This is free exploration. I'm just going around, chilling, having a look at shit. It's great. You know, obviously the objective is to get materials to make yourself stronger. And like, I enjoy going around and looking for stuff like any other person who likes survival exploration. But the aspects of the game, like weapon tiers and stuff, don't support that very well. I don't want to come down here with a weapon that's piss weak and spend double the time trying to fight something. Like, if you want it to be difficult, just give them more fucking damage. Like, our armor's already piss weak as it is. Like, armor in this game is like almost fucking pointless, because you fight two things, that shit's gonna be broken by the end of that fight. Do you know how fucking stupid that is? Like, what the fuck? At this point, I'm honestly just, like, I've lost the will to give a shit at this point. I just wanted to explore. I was looking for this dragon horde or whatever. It wasn't until later I realized that it's not down here. This is too low. You can get down. I think at one point I was down at like 325 fathoms down. That's too far. It's only within, like, I mean, start looking at layer 250 something. Fathom 250 something. As long as you're in Bazin Bazaar or whatever the fuck it's called. Bazaar Bin Rarcher, I don't know. I can't remember. Too many names. Couldn't give a shit at this point. But yeah. So, even with the axe and the full armor and shit, despair just starts chunking you down. So, instead of me running around trying to find my ladder and shit, just make a fucking map stone. Put a fucking wall up, or two, or whatever you want. Just make a stone. Don't be like me, don't be a stinge bag. Just make the fucking stone. I didn't at this point know that you got 30 black diamonds for killing, who'd you even call it? So, you know, I was trying to preserve my stuff. You don't need to do that shit. Just make sure you got 20, 25 kept in your back pocket. Once you get the 30, you'll have enough. There you go. So yeah, I went back. You previously saw I went back and I decided to. I didn't know that I had got the ironwood pickaxe as like a thing, and I was like, man, what the fuck do you do if you can't carry Durin's axe and the spear? Yeah, they got the ironwood pickaxe. Guys, creators, you guys are fucking, I don't know what you're fucking doing, but after Quarry Master's pointless. Quarry Master should come out of the game. you need to add in something after steel. Sorry, something. Yeah, something after steel. You know, there's no Khazad pick. There's no fucking Nogrod pick. Like, you expect us to build the Quarry Master right before we build Durin's Axe. What the fuck? What was the thought process behind that? You can carry one masterwork. You give us fucking 10 to friggin' pick from before we're halfway through the fucking game. If anything, the first one you should fucking make is the Zarok torch. Because you should be carrying that around. Like, fuck making a torch every few minutes. So you make that. Quarry Master's fucking pointless. You know, two-handed pickaxe. Fucking pointless. Who gives a shit that it can chunk stuff like hell good? It's a terrible idea. So was that stupid keg. That's also a dumbass idea.
That's all you got?
I need a better weapon for this. Is using the best weapon there is. Oh yeah, by the way, don't try to block with the thing. Make sure you have a shield. Because, you know, even though it's like a super hell good weapon to fight dragons, you take fucking 6 hits from one of these dickheads and it fucking breaks. You know, guys, weapons were made to last wars. Your weapons, they barely last through a fight. You know, you can think of your weapons as like the fucking budget brand. It's like getting a shirt from fucking Kmart or Big W, and as soon as you get it home, there's a hole in it. That's basically what your stuff is. It's dog shit stuff that's like, as soon as you get it home, it's broken. As soon as you pull it out of the forge, it's fucked. You guys should totally hit me up though if you need ideas for your next, like, for systems in your games. Because the ones you have right now, it's like you guys don't play survival games, and that's a pretty big issue. Like, if you don't play survival games, survival exploration games, and, you know, stuff like that, you shouldn't be making them. It's like you guys tried to tie in, like, shitty elements of old RPG without talent specialization. So you gave us weapons with runes. Dude, do you think Glamdring was this shit? Like, you know, he had to use it to fight a Balrog. And if Gandalf's, you know, fallen down there, stabs the thing once and the sword's fucked, he's fucked, isn't he? Well, he was fucked anyway, but the point is like, we're down here, I feel like I'm fighting a fucking mythical beast with a piece of paper, expecting them to die by paper cut. I don't feel like a strong fucking, you know, mythical friggin' race of warriors. I feel like some little small shit who's flinging turd at fucking monsters. I'd actually have a better time flinging shit at monsters than what I have to do with your crappy weapons in this game. When you sit down and make something, you have to think of, like, everyone wants difficulty. you can't please everyone, obviously, with how you're going to make things difficult. And I was one of the people that unfortunately is not in the pleasing group. I hated it. You know, at least with Valheim, your weapons provide like a mid-ground. You know, when you make a bronze sword and you run off to the swamp, yeah, you'll have a little difficult time, but the damage you provide is sufficient. If I lose 30 to 50% of my damage, and I still take, and I'm taking more damage in return because my armor is weaker than the previous, much like the weapon, you're stacking the deck way too much one side. Like, dude, we're not Frodo and Sam with fucking, you know, linen clothes climbing up a fucking shitty mountain to destroy a ring. We're literally in the thick of it. We're getting fucked on 24/7. And you basically are the lotion for the thing that's gonna go up our asses. And it ain't great. So, here we are. After fucking 6 days and like 70 something hours worth of fucking around, I finally found this shithole. I want my life back because I fucking hated this. I have considered requesting a refund. I'm not gonna do it. But my feedback for these guys, basically watch the series. It is a progressive hatred developing for the game and the systems in place. Did you perform user acceptance testing? Because if you didn't, no wonder your game sucks towards the end. Feedback is great, but everyone wants to kiss your ass. I don't wanna. Like, I've never heard of fucking North Beach, never fucking heard of Free Range, and there's a reason why. Because one, you're either a new company, or two, you suck shit and you make crap games. And so far as my first experience with your companies, I do not like what I've seen. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. So yeah, once you get through screwing around with all those shitheads, you gotta move through. I decided to set up a little place in this area. You'll see it in a little bit. There's always that one room that's kind of just like this dark little shit that never goes anywhere. Excuse me. I always pick that room, usually when I'm here, and I've just built a little safe area. So I did decide to do that. Because yeah, you want to have something close. So I built this. I don't know when you can fucking see it or not. I built a room close. I went through here, cleared out some crap because I didn't want to. I wasn't sure if, you know, fighting the dragon would cause like all the surrounding shit to come after you. So I wanted to clear out some of the stuff. In regards to setting up a little room, do a better job than I did. Put a fucking repair smith down. you know, other shit like that. Secure it a little better. I would have secured mine better, but the building system in this game is so fucking terrible that it only works on fucking 90-degree rotations. And it fucking sucks.
That's one more for me.
You know, I said I wasn't going to review this game, and I'm like, I'm not reviewing it because I'm feedbacking it, and like, don't take my swearing as what most people take it as, and it's like, you know, aggressive hatred or, you know, antisocial behaviour. I'm Australian, we swear a lot. But this is just poorly constructive and slightly annoyed feedback. And I don't know how much, you know, you had to pay in the US, but I had to pay 56 Australian dollars for this game. 56. I bought Red Dead Redemption 2 for less. And we're talking about a game of the year fucking game. And this shit. Unimpressed. Sorry. I just need to have a moment. But yes, so this is the area before. So obviously you deal with the Dominion. I don't know what it's fucking called. The thingy of the Shadow Orcs. You deal with that. You go through. You can ignore the area I did before this. But to the right, when you come through here, will take you to the bone pile, which will lead you into the first room for the last boss. Severely underwhelmed by the whole area. Especially because of the amount of time it took me to find this place. I didn't even take the time to look around because I just was not in the fucking mood. I wanted out of this shit. The repetition, the repetitiveness of this game, paired with the annoyance of looking for this area, I seriously considered just not finishing the series. But I didn't want to do that because I had already done that with Control, which I absolutely hated, and the Vanishing of Ethan Carter, which I also fucking hated. Complete offense to the developers. No, I'm just kidding. They're not my type of games. So yeah, didn't even really want to take time to look around here. I just wanted to get this shit over and done with because I was so frustrated with the days of looking for this wanker, asking for help from the developers because I had heard of some cases where people had found the area, but a majority of the entrance had been blocked off and there is only one way in. And I was worried that had happened to me. Oh yeah, don't expect quick responses either. Fucking hell. I sent that like fucking 4 days ago and I still haven't heard back. So I don't expect any quick responses either. you know, you get the typical fucking, oh, high volume of this, and this. I bet you're getting a high volume of tickets for some of the shit I dealt with this game. I'm sure you fucking are. But yeah. So here we go. Phase 1. Which, I unknowingly spread out. So I'm gonna spare you the dumb fuckery that I went through. So use the pillars to get around, not like as cover to move around. The damage you'll take if you don't use these pillars as a way to block the incoming shadow breath she shoots, or yeah, it'll fuck you up. So, you know, you've got to deal with orcs, wargs, and I think one drake. Your aim, and this is where it's gonna get, where it gets a bit tricky, because you've got to deal with all this shit. The aim is, there is a door on the outside covered by a piece of ancient wood. Your mission is to get up there, quickly break the wood covering the door, open the door, and get through. Now there's a couple of hiccups to this. You need the spear in your hand to open the door, but you also, stupidly, have to kill the drake that comes out. If you don't kill the drake, you can't open the door, regardless of the other stuff. So if you've got the spear, you've moved the wood, the door ain't gonna open. The drake's got to go down first. When you eventually get up to the door, you have to have the spear equipped. If you don't, the door ain't gonna open. You cannot get past the spikes that are surrounding the boss. They don't even bother. You technically can't cause any damage to the boss at this point, so there's no point trying, because you're not gonna succeed. So, the door was just it's just behind me, up on the right, I think. It's not on the ground. You may have to quick build up to it, which, you know, is not a great task. I don't envy anyone who has to do it. Like, I got lucky and just jumped up the rocks, which we'll see soon. But that might not be the case for everyone. So yeah, I didn't know this stuff at the time I was doing it, obviously. I did have to look up the phases to the fight, so, you know, I didn't know what the hell I was meant to do here. I was just thought, oh yeah, destroy the pillars, let's get fucking going. So yeah, you do need to, like I said, the door is up there. You would have just seen on those rocks there. You'll need to use your pick and your pickaxe to break it or whatever, because the weapon ain't gonna do it. You need to be quick about it, and I'd seriously encourage you. So that was the door there that we just saw. I'd seriously encourage you to have Durin's armor, because the boss doesn't stop shooting that shit at you just because you're trying to open the door. Yeah. So yeah, just up there, top left. There's a door there. I'm still stupidly thinking, oh man, I gotta fight all these assholes. I should have just turned. I didn't know, but just focus on the Drake. Fucking kite the Drake around, whatever. Find a spot where you can just one-on-one the Drake. It is possible. These assholes kind of just stand around and watch you 1v1. Get the Drake down. Get the fuck up on that thing. Get the fucking door open. And move on to the next phase. I also, for some reason, was under the belief that the pillars had to go down. These pillars do not have to go down. It provides literally no difference whatsoever to the fight or outcome of this area. Just find the Drake, kill the fucker, climb up that thing, get through the door, the dragon will fuck off. You give up, bitch. So here you'll see. I've come to me senses. I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. You jump up here on this. Well, I jumped up here on this shit. Right. You need to pickaxe that crap there. But if you don't kill that Drake, that ancient door ain't opening. And I mean, you can see the panic in my actions here as I'm, you know, trying to bait the shots into one corner so I don't have to eat the fucking dot. And yeah, that bitch takes a while to break. There we go. And look, here's me mashing the fucking E key trying to open the door, wondering why the fuck isn't it opening? I put the spear in my hand. You'll fucking see it in a moment. I change over because I thought the same thing. I thought, oh shit, maybe I need it in my hand to open the door. So I put it in my hand, start pressing E, the door don't open. Looked up online, you need to kill the Drake. So if I can ignore all these pricks, because they're fucking pointless. Just a waste of fucking time. I just get too invested in killing them, because they'll just keep coming. They won't stop. Even if you kill all the little group that you have, they just keep popping up. So you've got to get the Drake. Just ignore these shitheads. Get the Drake to, like, you know, just back yourself into a corner with the Drake. Kill the fucking thing. Get up the friggin' rocks. And yeah. See? But now it's oh shit time. Yeah, see, I go back up here and I'm like, oh yeah, maybe it'll open now. No, it won't open. I was screaming bloody murder. You wouldn't have heard me, but I was fucking going off. That's why I decided not to not to have live mics when I'm doing this stuff, because I probably would offend like every class of people there is. with the amount of shit that I would be spewing out of my mouth in frustration. And you can't tell me you wouldn't do the same. Everyone's the same. So yeah, it pissed me off so much.
We got orcs.
I spent so much time in phase 1 just like, yeah, I don't fucking get this. And then when I did get it, I still didn't get it because I'm here fighting these assholes when I don't need to be. I need dragon, and I knew at this point that I needed the dragon, and I'm still here fighting these fucking idiots when I know I don't need to be. I need the fucking Drake. I need the fell beast wherever it is. No, I'm pretty sure I fucking fucked it here anyway. But this is why potions are stupid in this game. Like, look at this shit. But yeah, I'll go down here, I'm pretty sure. Annoying. Very, very annoying. So at this point, dragon's down. Fucking yada yada yada. I got the Drake, sorry. And I can finally open the fucking door. Fuck you, free range. Fuck you, North Beach. That's the PG version of what I was saying. So, I am now just preparing my. I fucking hate that it does that. Like, fuck. I'm now preparing because this is basically in this phase. There are drakes in the air that will come down and attack you. Your job, the idea is to get up this crap as quick as possible up to where the boss is currently. I don't think the boss does anything. Like, you can't damage the boss and shit like that. You will have to fight drakes and stuff. And yes, they will try to knock you off, and they will try to, you know, damage you like that. I loved that roll there, such a great roll. But yeah, you just gotta kill the fucker. You will have to probably do this like twice. You might have to do it more. Depends what your luck's like. Not everyone will have the same looking area, so it might not be as easy for you to scale this shit and get up there. I built that too high. All of those fucking little legs struggling to make the jump. Yeah, you will have to build this shit high. Not high, sorry. You may have to build platforms to get higher. If you're worried about, you know, not being able to repair your stuff and all that crap before you go and fight the boss, there is a map stone just around the corner, just over there. You'll see, you just saw, hopefully. Nothing will change. You just go do that. The boss will still be here waiting for you. So yeah, this is the final phase. This is the actually fighting the boss phase. So what you should do is, well, what you need to do is, there are 4 pillars around the room holding up, I think, chains and shit like that. The boss will not get these down. You have to do this. So use your pick. Break the fucking pillars, move on to the next one. The same thing as like the first room, use the pillar to try and, you know, avoid the damage over time. Time it so that you don't eat a fucking dragon ball, a shadow ball to the face. Yeah, and then you'll see what happens when we go on to the next one. So here you see me wait. I feel like this dragon's just super passive and probably could have already killed me if it went ham. So yeah, just wait. Alright, we've got one more. Good thing that, you know, crap's on while you're running there. Gives you a good amount of time to get over to the thing without taking a shadow ball to the chin. That should go down. Alright, there we go. I've taken away the dragon's eyesight. And now the dragon cannot see you. It can smell and hear you. So yeah, I was a bit hesitant, wasn't sure what to attack first. Some people had said that they had utilized like one of the places where the pillars was to just stand there and like poke at the face. But they've patched that so that you can't just stand there and poke at their face. Poke at its face. So I targeted one of the wings. I basically just kind of bolted in there and stood at one of the wings and stabbed the living crap out of it. You'll see my plan starting to work momentarily. There you go. Don't be too scared. Just get in there. You obviously watch yourself, make sure you got the right stuff. I went for revitalized here because I wasn't too worried about the damage I was going to take. It was just being opportunistic and really getting in there. Because yeah, again, the dragon can't see you. If you can get the if you can get Narag to like start doing that little bite around shit, you could probably just like run straight into its there, its wing. Sorry. Again, I'm just being hesitant to make sure that, you know, I don't die. And yeah, I basically just target the wing. Oh, I wish like the dwarf would say, "Well, smell this," and then just like rip a fucking fat fart. That'd be sick. Right, here we go. Got one hit left. Boom. What that really should have said is like, "Fuck you, bitch." But you know, instead it's fuck kinda. Yeah, just giving it a few extra stabs just to make sure it's actually dead. You know how games these days like to be like, oh yeah, it's dead, and then 2 seconds later it ain't dead. Oh, well, maybe you don't get the. Maybe it was the mithril, not the diamonds. Alright, get a lot of black diamonds, guys. Just fucking get all the chests, all of them. Don't listen to me.
No curse will block our way out of Moria now.
Exit the east gate. King Thorin and Lord Gimli wait for you in the Dimril Dale.
Thank you, Arik, for all your help. I'll see you soon, friend.
Wait, as. I want my next adventures to be the bird. You and the bird just fucking out in the world. No, you know, out in the world doing shit. That's what they need to do. They need to make like a Witcher style Lord of the Rings game. Well, you just some fucking, you know, you could be a dwarf or a fucking elf or, you know, a Dunedain or whatever, and you just fucking go out and do shit, you know? Fucking help towns and stuff like that. Doesn't have to have anything to do with the fucking, you know, the Lord of the Rings, you know, the Rings of Power, any of that shit. You're just a fucking, you know, a bloke or a blokeette out in the world doing whatever. That'd be hell cool. Because I wasn't a big fan of Shadow of Mordor or fucking whatever it was called, Shadow of War. I was a big fan of those. I really liked War in the North, even though it was a fucking shit to play game. It was still really fun. And I loved the story that they were telling. I haven't read the Silmarillion, so, you know, a lot of this stuff, you know, isn't stuff I know a ton of, but yeah. So I've made the adamant hammer. You'll have to go back and do that after you've beaten the boss, because you need it to repair the bridge of Khazad-dûm. So don't be like me though. I fucking forgot to change the spear back to Durin's axe to break the curse on the eastern gate. So you won't see it, but I had to pop back and go and get it. You know, I guess this part's okay. It's like a nice little, you take a trip through shitty memory lane. And all the dumb crap you had to do to fucking get here. I'll tell you what though, when I got to this part I felt nothing but relief. And it wasn't relief because I finished the game, it was relief because now I could say, fuck you game. And I could literally just go about saying that the second half of this game is the worst thing I have played so far. I miss the glory days of like Return of the King on PS2 and shit like that. This stuff needs more work. It needs more purpose, more identity, more sense of achievement. Not what it was. You know, like I said to you, I didn't feel a sense of achievement when I beat the dragon. I felt relief. Because finally, I don't have to sit here and search for something over, you know, over several days that took a lot of hours out of my day that I didn't enjoy. And, you know, that's not something I wanted playing this game. You know, there are always going to be aspects of a game that you don't enjoy, but one of the main aspects of this game, the exploration aspect, at this point, I did not enjoy. And I think that's something you guys should definitely take a look at, is getting people to the objectives needs to have a better sense of accomplishment. Oh yeah, I gotta drink me evening ale here. So here we are. There we go, the beautiful bridge of Khazad-dûm. So this next part's a great little cinematic part. If you've stuck around and watched all my parts and stuff, you know, fucking thanks for doing that. I hope you enjoyed, you know, even if you didn't, you know, fuck you. Pick this game up if it's like half price, 70% off. Don't pay full price. It's not worth it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Enjoy this nice little snippet at the end here. Yeah, and tell me what you think. See you for the next series of games, hey?
The first Mithril Durin ever mined. So much of our fate is tied to this stone. The heart of the dwarves has been found. At last, Durin can wake to lead us all into Khazad-dûm. The fight against the shadow must continue, led by our new Lord of Moria. Hazen Gimli, you were right this time.
Well done, young hero. Now, we celebrate! It was a pickaxe. All along, Uncle Balin thought it was a great weapon. And a dragon? Oh. I have some tales to tell, Lord of Moria. Alas, I may not be here when Durin returns. I made promises, you see, to meet Aragorn in Minas Tirith, see Merry and Pippin again, to make one final trip with Legolas. Perhaps hear the Lady of the Wood again. But your story doesn't end here. Oh no. This is your company now. May its deeds be long remembered. Farewell. And may the luck of the dwarves be ever with you.